From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening on Evenings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. We'll cut to the recon. A done deal signed, sealed. The number one guy in the White House says it's a done deal, and that's what I've been reporting to you as well. Then we'll cut to the world exclusive, only here on this channel, as the number one guy in DC is flexing his muscles and is ready to give you a monthly fourth stimulus check. I'll go over why his incredible details are only covered on this channel and why broadcast media has really dropped the ball on coverage of the subject matter. Then you'll meet one viewer who got $80,000 from this channel 2 weeks ago for himself, and now last week got $150,000 for the rest of his family. I'll go over all these incredible details. We go into big evening starting right now, right here on Evenings LALATE. Across the board, and I hope the weather is good where you are. Here in Santa Monica, California, it was warm, but not as hot as yesterday. Thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people went to the beach, and they really covered that beach with a lot of people. In this fourth stimulus check update 2021 tonight, we'll be going over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. I cut to the recon. Done deal signed, sealed, and that's in fact the words that the number one guy in the White House said yesterday, confirming my reporting. Then we cut to the world exclusive, only covered on this channel, that monthly stimulus check, and the number one guy in DC who wants you to have it. Why has broadcast media been dropping the coverage of the story? I'll explain the details for you, and why this channel is leading the coverage nationwide on this subject matter. And then the big money across the board, as one viewer got $80,000 from this channel, and turned around and got another $150,000 just days later from stimulus. Those incredible details, how you can get all these sums of money, and we're going to go over them right now. And this is Evenings LALATE. Thank you for joining me on a big day. And boy, if you're new to this channel, let me tell you what we're going to cover in this video. We're going to go over the big money that is proposed under fourth stimulus. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of check coming to the American people, but mostly application-based. I'll explain to you how you're going to kill this and get massive payouts across the board. Then we'll go to the world exclusive, only covered on this channel, only with this channel, from our sources that confirm there will be a monthly stimulus check from those Democrats, as they indicated directly to this channel in comments this week. I'll go over all the incredible details about this monthly stimulus check and why broadcast media has really dropped the ball on coverage of the subject matter. Then we'll be cutting to the big money that viewers are getting right now, and one viewer who got nearly $250,000 in just a few days from stimulus. How you can get this money as well? So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. No channel like this. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, financial news channel across the board, but also getting big sums of money for viewers. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, you need to do so. Get alerts as soon as something goes out, and those LA alerts send you a news alert when a new video goes live. Let's cut to those monthly stimulus checks. House versus Senate, Senate versus House, and who wants what and how they want it. House Ways and Means wants a monthly stimulus check for the fourth stimulus. They do not say the amount, nor the frequency, nor how many months of checks. AOC and Omar do say the amount, 2,000, but they don't say the number of months. Then we, of course, have Warren, Wyden, and Sanders calling for monthly, but they don't say the amount or the number of months. And yet, the one that has captivated a country still remains that House bill. Pandemic plus 1 year, which would be at least $13,000. That's $1,000 a month. And with that, I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate. House or Senate. Tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is this beautiful evenings across the board. Well, who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that. If you got a third, you get a fourth. A single individual, 75,000 less. Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, 150,000 less. Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check would not be a different amount for different people. Finally, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. But in the final 15 minutes of this video, stay to the very end. I'll be going over the world exclusive only see on this channel because I went right to the sources. I went to the number one person that is doing the budget bill to see if that person wants to give you a monthly stimulus check. The answer is yes. You're going to go over all the incredible details in the final 15 minutes of this video. Stay to the very end. We'll also be cutting over to fifth stimulus, which is heating up because guess what? This is September. It's September. We'll be going over all those incredible details as well. But first, get a pen and paper ready because there's money available for you right now under a third stimulus. Now let's talk cold turkey. Fourth stimulus checks are not laying in your bank account this week, obviously. They didn't land in the bank account last week. But you need money. The eviction moratorium, the federal eviction moratorium, over. Unemployment benefits being enhanced unemployment benefits, over. States are not going to extend it. And job creation numbers last Friday on Wall Street, very poor number. So you need money, and you need money right now. Well, what money is available for you? It's third stimulus. And that money, I'm going to show you how to get that money right now. But I'm going to start with an example. And the example, his name is Johnny. Johnny, 2 weeks ago, was one of 3 viewers on this channel who started the week at $0 from this channel. But by Wednesday, he was at $40,000 he got from this channel. Now, you may think $40,000 is a lot of money, but Johnny wanted more. 2 viewers stopped at $40,000. They got 3 items at $40,000. Johnny didn't stop. By that weekend, which is not last Saturday, but the weekend before that, he pushed and he got the remaining items. 7 items, bringing Johnny's grand total to $80,000. But Johnny wasn't done there yet. Let's first go over the $80,000 that Johnny got for himself. He got $12,000 for SNAP. He got $10,000 for EIDL, $2,000 for taxes. He got $21,000 for rent, then another $25,000 for rent, then $9,000 for utilities, bringing his grand, and he also got $50 a month for internet and phone, bringing his grand total to $79,800. That was for Johnny, for himself. $80,000. Imagine going from $0 to $80,000 on this channel in less than 5 days. Well, last week, Johnny did it again. The only difference is he had to do some convincing. What went on? Johnny reached out to his family members and his friends and neighbors, said, hey, I just got $80,000 from that kid at LALATE. His channel is getting people big sums of money. What did you mean, the friends and family said? Well, there's big money available right now, third stimulus. And their response was, well, I got the $14 stimulus check, the third stimulus. There's no other money. Yeah, there is. What? So Johnny had some convincing to do, sort of like what I had to do in January. A lot of people don't know that third stimulus had other monies in there besides a stimulus check. Purple Hawks, Purple Powers, and Calcino VIPs know that. So what did Johnny have to do? Convince them. Just like you've been reporting, I've been talking to as many of my friends and family as I can. And as of today, I've helped 5 friends. This is Johnny. I've helped 5 friends save their homes. Wow. And put food on their table. And 3 family members thought I was full of it. His own family members didn't think they could get this money. $14 stimulus check just comes automatically. IRS, I don't have to do anything. Why would I have to do something? Pick up the phone, Johnny was telling them. Pick up the phone and call. And they thought I was full of it till they started getting the SNAP. Because it was a SNAP. And oh my God, 2 family members each got $41,500. And the other family member got $57,600. $150,000 Johnny got those other family members to get after he got $80,000 the week before. $250,000 nearly in less than 7 days. This channel has been awesome to see people stop stressing about bills. Your channel has helped many others and tremendously. You're such a godsend. Purple Power, Purple Hawk. Incredible story. So get that pen and paper ready because I'm going to show you how to get these big sums of money. We're going to get some rent, utility, mortgage assistance, and homeowners assistance. This money is available right now. Not 5 months from now, not 5 weeks from now, right now. 4 stimulus is not coming. This money is coming, and I'm going to get this for you. We're going to start with that rent. When we talk about the rent, it's a lot of money. It's not a few $100s. It's over $20,000. Let's look at the graphic. Viewers are getting $20,000 to $27,000. They're Purple Hawks. They're Purple Power. Have you become a member? The link is under the video. Join right now. And then Johnny got $9,000 for utilities, bringing the high end even higher. Yes, the more I make recordings, the more members become, more people become members of this channel, the more educated and informed and skilled they are at getting the sum of the money. Then we talk about Snap. Yes, Johnny's friends and family, never heard of it. They thought things are just sort of automatic. It just lands in my hand automatic. No, you need to pick up the phone and call. And now we see Nancy and Nisi getting 3 items at $32,000. And there's Mark at 2 items at $32,000. But what about Mark with those 2 items at $32,000? Mark has an incredible second update, which I'm going to reveal later this week. Yes, he got a lot more money. But his first update, I'm going to go over right now. Mark has 4 wonderful stories in his first update. 1, Mark got 2 items at $32,000, but for 5 days on camera, I told Mark to go get the other items. And those other items were at least Snap, number 3. Well, Mark got that Snap in 5 days. Incredible story, number 1. Number 2, Mark told his friend about this channel, and that friend went from $0 to $21,000 of rent in less than 5 days. Sound unusual? Not. Shanann, a member of Purple Hawk of 2 months, did the same last week, told a friend about this channel, and that friend went from $0 to $21,000 for rent, utilities, and food combined. Shanann says, "You rock, LATE. I told my friend about you, now she's addicted." Well, the friend went from $0 to $21,000. The third item for Mark was, he realized, wait, I'm not going to stop at 3 items. I'm going to get more. That's coming up in the second half of his the second update for Mark later this week. And finally, Mark got that Snap. How much did he get? He got $19,000, bringing Mark's grand total on this channel to $50,500, because this is what we do. This is the big numbers as this channel gets, and here you go, introducing Lorraine at $105,640, because this is LALATE. I know this channel does a lot, and there's a lot in this video. This is the only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Other channels may record 4 days a week. I record 7 days a week. Number 2, this is the only channel that has world exclusives about your 4th stimulus. That's coming up in the final 15 minutes of the video. But more importantly, this is the only channel that day in, day out is fighting to get you tens of thousands of dollars since day one. In day one, I launched this channel because the EIDL loan and grant was not paying people. And I got viewers $225 million of EIDL loans, doing their applications on air and off air, getting them approved one at a time, saving their homes, their employees' homes, and also their businesses. But then 3 days later, a new program was going live in the United States under first stimulus. It was very confusing. No one had heard about this because it was brand new, and it was a very confusing process. It was called PUA. And one after another, I got them approved, like Eileen Bellenkamp out of Florida, $15,000 for this PUA in 2 months later. But then in December 2020, a similar problem. Second stimulus checks were not coming, and you needed that money. So I stepped up and I got that money for viewers across the board. And one after another, I kept on getting that money, like Tyrone and his family out of Boston, getting $15,000 for rent. And it just changed their lives. But now we're doing the big money across the board, and we're getting that money right now. Get a pen and paper ready, because it's your day to get this money. Fourth stimulus is not coming. Do not be financially dependent. One of the things I taught viewers of this channel from day one was, do not be financially dependent upon the arrival of one item from the federal government. Be financially independent and get as much money that they have available for you right now to pay for your bills. And that's what Johnny's talking about. Let's go over the introductory remarks first before we get to this money. I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. You reach out to all 6. If one says no, reach out to the rest. They have different eligibility, and they also have different pots of money. Number 2, listen to the keywords I say in this video. It helps get people approved. Number 3, understand that every state has money. They all were given the same amount of money from the federal government. All right, here you go. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities starting right now. You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city house authority. That's 2. Your county hall, your county house authority. That's 4. And your state hall and your state house authority. That's 6. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage and utility assistance because of COVID. There you go. That's all you say. And you can get this money. I have confidence in you as well. If you got this money, post in the live chat right now. Tim and Linda got this money as well. The next part of the money is the money for SNAP, for money for food. And yes, This is a lot. It comes from the Department of Agriculture. It pays for your food. The eligibility is easy to get. It's a SNAP. It's easier than a stimulus check. Mark got $19,000 for this money, but now Mark's money is worth $25,000. What happened? 2 weeks ago, I delivered the news live on air. Department of Agriculture is raising everyone's benefits up an average of 25% a lifetime starting in October. Incredible, great news. So now Mark's benefits will be going from $19,000 to $25,000 a lifetime. There you go. If you got the SNAP as well, Lynn Glenn got it, Gail got it, post in the live chat. The next pile of the money is the refund check coming back from your state. This is the payment you made on unemployment benefits. Excuse me. This is the overpayment of unemployment benefits from your state due to computer error. And the federal government has ordered this returned back to you. Great news. One viewer got $3,000, another viewer got $5,000. The last part of the money is the refund check coming back to you from IRS that you paid taxes on that 2020 tax return for unemployment benefits. Margaret got it, Cod got it, Michael got it. But where's his landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. The average payment is about $1,200 to $2,000. But first, before I go over that, here's a personal message from me to you. This channel is a launch for me to help you get big sums of money. And if you're on live chat, post your success stories that you got them for rent, utilities, food, or internet. Because when you do, you help other people. The spirit of this channel is helping other people day in, day out, hour in, hour out. Post your success stories because people need the encouragement just to pick up the phone. Just pick up the phone and call. That's what Johnny did. Family members said, I don't think I should do this. It just comes automatically. Stimulus checks just come in my hand automatically. He said, no. This is other stimulus checks. This is SNAP. It pays a lot. They picked up the phone and they got $150,000. Imagine how different it feels for them now that they picked up the phone. Also, a lot of people don't know these monies exist, as you saw in the case of Johnny's family members. People don't know these monies exist until you post your success story. Inspires the love and support of this community as a whole. That's all that this channel is about, is lots of love. And that's what we do as a family here. So post your success story in the live chat. Finally, let's go back to those unemployment benefits. Where they landed, direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov and do a transcript search. And 70% of the time it will work. It'll reveal the refund check you're getting and also the tax return and the tax payment you made. And then 70% of the time will reveal stuff you wish you had never seen, like Mitch McConnell's fan club. Excuse me. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of your fourth stimulus check update 2021, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. A $3.5 trillion recon has passed. It passed 2 weeks ago. That means there will be a recon. It will be $3.5 trillion, and it will be all checks for the American people. Virtually nothing for U.S. corporations. Who confirmed my reporting yesterday? Ron Klain, the chief of staff to Joe Biden, the number one guy in the Biden administration. He was basically saying, hey, we passed the recon 2 weeks ago. He calls it the recon framework. So all we're doing now is the terms and conditions. Thank you. And what he also said was that they've been in town all weekend long. They've been in town all week, last week as well. And they're working on these deal provisions. This week you met a new cast member on the show. Her name is Freedom of Speech Freedom. She has freedom of speech to just have her fib of facts. And that strange eyebrow thing she does. There it goes. Her fib of facts is Democrats are out of town for the next 20 years and will be back once they're finished with their cocktail in the South Pacific. Untrue. They never left. They're in town working on the recon substantive. And that's what a conservative publication confirms, ironically, just days ago. The higher the price tag goes on the recon, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by taking the roads and bridges out of the recon, put in the bipartisan, it made the recon passable. In other words, the bipartisan made the recon passable. There's two ways to look at news reporting, and the way I do news reporting is deliver you the news as far in advance as possible. And often the case, it's 2 months in advance. That was the case when it came to recon procedural. I had told you in the month of June and July that when they called the vote on the recon procedural, which eventually happened in August, it would pass. How did I know that? Because the Democrat caucus had already met and agreed they're going to do a recon and that the price tag is $3.5 trillion. Here's something new you're learning on Evenings LA tonight, starting right now, which is that when you're dealing with Democrats and Democrats passing legislation, no Republicans involved, just Democrats with Democrats. The way they do it is they first verbally agree to the provisions. Verbally, they go to meet in their office, the other person's office, go to have some coffee, talk about the proposal, and they verbally agree to the deal provisions. Then when they verbally agree, then they write up what they verbally agree to, and then they vote on what they verbally agree to. So the verbal agreement is the whole item. It's the whole thing. It's all front-loaded. They verbally agree upon it. Then once they write it, it's a done deal because they already agreed upon it. When they vote on it, it's just ceremonial because they already agreed upon it. That's why that price tag was so important. That's why Representative Richie Torres and also Representative Ilhan Omar said we need a recon that goes as big and bold as we want and a larger recon. Both Democrats, both progressives. That's why the president had told Schatz and Jolopal, protect my recon, because everything in that recon is Democratic priorities, progressive priorities, which is the White House's priorities. For stimulus recon procedural pass. That's what Ronald Klain said this weekend. Now we're doing recon substantive, and we don't just start this week. We've been doing it all along. And that's why you're going to see in the final 15 minutes of this video, one of the most important people for those MSCs wants to hear from you now. Not after the bill's written, now. I'm going to go over that in a second. But let's go over recon versus bipartisan, and let's go over recon procedural versus recon substantive, and look at something that's very important, the word committee. When you look at recon and bipartisan, they're two very different paths, so let's separate them. Recon is your money, also called reconciliation, also called budget bill. Price tag $3.5 trillion. Bipartisan, not your money, also called roads and bridges or infrastructure. Recon is also called the Democratic Spending Plan or Progressive Social Reform Plan. Well, the tow truck has passed over the finish line because the recon procedural passed last week. So that means now we're doing recon substantive, but let's look at that keyword committee. Recon basically says we're putting money in committees. We're agreeing upon a recon $3.5 trillion, and we're agreeing that money will be split among committees. Then those committees determine how they're going to spend the money. Notice the word committees. It's the committees that have the money, not the IRS. IRS is not sending out your money. It's the committees that will have your money that you come and get. How do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot from Jolopal, who recently wrote a letter saying, check all the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 10 House Democrats, part of the 100-plus House Democrats who wrote the president a letter saying we're going to give you monthly stimulus checks. Now, freedom of speech, Frida, she wants to say the following to you. Faux facts. No one's talking about stimulus checks except, no one. Well, where'd you get that from? Glenn Beck? Tucker Carlson? They're not going to be talking about stimulus checks. No GOP members ever talking about stimulus checks. And that's all GOP nonsense. In fact, everyone in the Democratic caucus is talking about stimulus checks. There's no one that's basically not talking about stimulus checks. On the Senate side, we have Warren, Wyden, and Sanders, the number three, most important people on the Senate side talking about it. On the House side, the most vehement and most outspoken House members, AOC and Omar, talking about monthly. We have a House bill, that's been introduced by Jolopal, that's been signed by 100-plus Democrats. You have the House Ways and Means that actually writes the recon saying they're going to do it. There's no one that's not talking about it. So thank you for that nice attempt at that faux fact, Frida. But yeah, every Democrat's talking about it. Every Republican wants you to think that they're not talking about it. And can we top that? Yes. Ron Klain actually got to this last point yesterday as well. Recon is going to cost the deficit a fortune. Untrue. The recon is totally paid for by corporate taxes. 53 approximate corporations are making $1 billion a year, but paying $0 in taxes. And so the recon will make sure that they pay their fair share of taxes. That's what's part of the issue for that global minimum corporate tax rate. Incredible, great news. In the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll go over that recon and those application-based checks, what that means for you. Not filling out an application means making a phone call. Why you're going to do so well under this. Then we're going to cut to those MSCs, a world exclusive. You're only here on this channel. Yeah, broadcast media doesn't care to do accurate reporting. I do. And I go over all the incredible details about these monthly stimulus checks. Then we'll be cutting to fifth stimulus because it's September, as Calendar Colleen would remind us. And it's time to start doing that SSI reform. It's all deliciousness. But first, if you haven't gotten all the items under third stimulus and you're having problems finding some, reach out to the volunteers. Remember, get at least as many items as you can from third stimulus because this channel is all about information. Information breeds knowledge. And information also breeds skills. When you learn from this channel, when you learn from this video, you need to also apply it. Go out and get the first item, or second item, or third item. Once you got it, you're going to be able to kill it under 4 stimulus. Here's a little bit about the community page. I'll be back in 60 seconds with the second half, the final 15s, and the world exclusive on Evening to LA. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. They're Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals. Reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Evenings LA, direct from Santa Monica, as we go into the final 15 minutes of this video. As the #1 guy in the Senate wants to give you a monthly stimulus check, we'll go over all the deliciousness in the second half of this video. Then we'll be cutting to the recon, done deal, application-based checks, and a donetta, a donut guy and a donut girl may not be so happy, because we'll require more than holding a beautiful donut. And then we cut to the big world exclusive and the big money that's available for you across the board. So much coming up in the final 15 minutes of this video, plus fifth stimulus. And this is LA, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. This video will automatically take you there. And then stream stimulus at 6, 7 o'clock. Sirloin at 8 o'clock, and then Overnight's LA at 9. Finally, Purple at 11:30. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video. 3,000 likes. Every like helps. And consider becoming a member so you get all this big money available under first, second, and third stimulus. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, you need to do so you do not miss anything that happens. Those LA alerts sends a confirmation email. Watch for that spam folder. It may be in the spam folder or the Google Promotions folder. Click it, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Let's cut to that fifth stimulus, because guess what? We are in September. And that fifth stimulus involves raising your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. Step 1 is, of course, getting this to a draft, then a vote by about November. They're going to raise your benefits up, then remove the asset limit, add inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. How does this work? Step 1 is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. This is you if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, or SSA. Step 2 is they're going to apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation. Inflation's going up a lot. It's going to be transitory. And if it's 5%, then that means you're going to raise your benefits up another 5%, not just next year, but lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. They're going to remove the asset cap dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. Have more than $3,000 in hand. Then they're going to remove the 1960 law about income cap, preventing you from working and staying on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. Love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest. Will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be next year, says the House Ways and Means Committee. And finally, if you're on the live chat and you haven't become a Purple Hawk, what are you doing? Purple Hawks have that link behind their name. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Join today. The link is under the video. Purple Hawks are delivered daily from me via the YouTube page and the LA Alert page. A breakdown of all the big money available for you under first, second, and third stimulus. Because when third stimulus passed, I launched Purple Hawks to say, yeah, $1,400 stimulus check, sure, you're going to get that, but I'm going to get you $14,000 under the stimulus package. Now viewers are getting $80,000, $100,000, $50,000, $40,000 routinely. This is a lot of money. This third stimulus money is available right now. This is available for you right now. Why would you not pass it up? Why would you not get it? It's a fortune of money. Fourth stimulus is not landing this week. It's not landing last week. This money is. So become a Purple Hawk today and learn about all that incredible sums of money. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks to come to the American people in the fourth stimulus recon. As Ron Klain said yesterday, the recon's done. Recon is now on to substantive. There will be a recon. It will be $3.5 trillion. It will be all checks for the American people. Virtually nothing for U.S. corporations, and the largest recon we've had since this channel's been around. The important thing to understand is that this recon will be giving money to committees. They'll say, hey, I have the money, come and get it. It's, for example, things like internet or dental. IRS doesn't have money for your internet. They don't know anything about your internet. They have no database that keeps track of your internet or keeps track of your teeth. No one keeps track of your teeth. The only way you would that someone would know you need money for your teeth is for you to reach out to them. And where would you reach out to? Committees. That is that graphic we talked about earlier in this video when we were talking about recon procedural and recon substantive. They need to know you need that money, so that's how you would then reach out to them and they would send you that money. A phone call, not a 50-page application, not waiting 5 months, just a phone call. It's application-based stimulus. We've been doing this since day one, where you pick up the phone and ask for SNAP or rent or utilities or PBT or PPP or PUA or EIDL. You got this. This is easy breezy. Let's look at some of the proposed items that are part of these recon items proposed. Free school meals for all, checks. Cheaper prescription medication, checks. Farming checks. Free internet checks. And then checks for workers, like independent contractors. Checks for seniors, like lowering the eligibility age. Checks for dental, checks for vision, checks for hearing care. As I said, IRS doesn't know anything about your hearing. They don't keep track of your ears. They don't. But who would know about your hearing? No one, until you tell them, I need money for my hearing, and then you reach out to them and they pay you. This is why you're going to do so well under fourth stimulus, because there's going to be a lot of different checks you qualify for. I'm going to show you where the different checks are in the different committees, and you're going to pounce. Just like Johnny, he got 7 items. He didn't get 1 and stop. He got 7 items to get to 80,000. Imagine if Johnny, with a stimulus package that's this small, third stimulus, that was almost all for corporations, got 80,000. Imagine how many checks he's going to get on fourth stimulus. That's this big. That's all for the American people. Incredible, great news. Now let's cut to those monthly stimulus checks, MSC. I'm one guy with a set and orchid flowers behind me, and they're real. And what am I going up against? I'm going up against the broadcast news channels that have billions of dollars in the bank, and they own 500 local affiliate stations in all different U.S. city markets across the country. And when the major broadcast channel records a video and sends it out to the local affiliates, they all run it. And the video may say something like, we haven't heard about any fourth stimulus check. Well, did you call anyone up and ask them? No. The level of reporting of the broadcast channels on fourth stimulus has been abysmal, because no one has actually picked up the phone and asked the Democratic senators or House members, are they giving you a fourth stimulus check? Now, they've done this before. They didn't do very good reporting last year, but this time they're actually saying, I haven't heard about a fourth stimulus check. Or you haven't heard one because you haven't asked if there's one. Sort of ironic, isn't it? Well, several weeks ago, I told viewers this channel to pick up the phone and call their Democratic senators and push Purple Power, because that's what we push, to urge for a stimulus check. And one viewer did. Picked up the phone and called Chris Coons, Senator, Democrat, Delaware, Joe Biden's oldest confidant, asked about a stimulus check monthly, professionally, respectfully, and quietly, with a staffer. And the staffer said, yes, Senator Chris Coons is proposing a monthly stimulus check. Well, there you go. That was one conversation with one very clear answer. You think the broadcast media could do that? No. When we talk about recon, this item, reconciliation, it's the full name is Fourth Stimulus Reconciliation Budget Bill. Notice that word, budget bill. What committee oversees this? What committee does this? The Senate Budget Committee. Sort of obvious. Budget Committee and Budget Bill. And who's head of the Budget Committee? The Budget Chairman. Oh, yeah, the Budget Chairman with the Budget Bill and the Budget Committee. I got it. And what's his name? Budget Bernie Sanders. Or Bernie Budget Sanders. Chairman of the Budget Committee that oversees the Budget Bill. That's the recon budget. There you go. Well, wouldn't you have asked him if there's a stimulus check? If you're a broadcast media? If you wanted to know the answer, sure. If you didn't want to know the answer, then no, you wouldn't ask him. What did Bernie Sanders say last weekend? Ask him. He literally basically said that. Last weekend, Bernie Sanders said that prior budget chairmen usually just sort of did their stuff inside of D.C. But this is Bernie Sanders talking, I like to get out amongst the people. I merely told viewers a translation for that means I want to hear from you. I'm doing the recon substantive right now. I want to hear from you. What do you want in there? Chuck Schumer confirmed that same week he's talking 4 to 5 times a day with Bernie Sanders. Ron Wyden says we're doing the budget recon meetings all the time, 24 hours a day, going over the provisions. Ron Klain, the chief of staff, said we're doing this. Bernie Sanders says, I want to hear from you. Did the broadcast media, when they heard that, pick up the phone and call Bernie? No. They asked what Courtney and Chloe's latest eyeshadow is. I mean, really? Come on now. And then they said, we haven't heard about forced stimulus. Well, because you're focused on someone else's eyeshadow. So then what did we do? I told viewers that weekend, pick up the phone and call Bernie. Talk about the stimulus check. Not a lot of viewers did. Lynn Glenn called. Brother Joshua, longtime viewer, and 2020 volunteer to the community page, made the phone call. Call Bernie Sanders' congressional office in D.C. Ask about the monthly stimulus check. Ask does Senator Bernie Sanders intend to have a monthly stimulus check in the fourth stimulus recon? Answer, yes. Just like that? Yeah, just like that. You would think you could just simply be a competent journalist in a broadcast major network and just simply do the same thing. Pick up the phone and ask the question from the number one guy who clearly wanted you to contact him, but they didn't. You need to focus Purple Power right now and turn off those broadcast channels. Stop looking at search engines. Turn off the other YouTube channels. They're not doing any level of reporting. It's bad journalism at its worst. So Brother Joshua continued the conversation. And from that, we got the deal provisions, and we got more. We got a call to action. Here we go. Monthly stimulus checks, yes. Amount, $1,000 to $1,400. Great news. Duration, monthly. Great news. Number of months, 3 to 6 months. Yes, great news. And then there's a catch. What's the catch? Bernie Sanders wants the viewers of this channel to have his back and push and to show their support behind him. Well, this is easy. This is a no-brainer. Boy, this is the reverse of 2020 when Purple Power of this channel said, we're pushing, but is anyone having our back? Is anyone hearing us? Is anyone supporting us? Now it's the reverse where Bernie Sanders says, who has my back on this? We do, Bernie. Pick up the phone and call Bernie Sanders' office in Washington, D.C. Say, I support you, Bernie Sanders. I support you. Thank you for what you're doing. Be professional, respectful, and kind. Call Senator Elizabeth Warren's office. Say the same thing. And Ron Wyden and Chris Coons. Say, I support you. This is what Purple Power is. I launched Purple Power last year to describe the ability of economic and social activism. It was not the original purpose of the term. Originally, people were saying, Mr. Purple, refer to me because I wear a lot of purple shirts. And then I said, well, you have the Purple Power. You can go get your EIDL and your PUA approved because I'm giving you the power. You have the Purple Power. But then when people were not giving our stimulus to us, second stimulus, I said we need to push Purple Power to make sure they hear us and understand we need this stimulus. And we got a lot of achievements along the way. We got an increase of a stimulus check offer from Steve Mnuchin and a lot of things like that. But the big change was CR for stimulus. In December 2020, second stimulus checks were not coming out, and the CR was due as congressional resolution budget bill. And I said, let's put a stimulus check in there. And people thought, this kid is crazy. I know he's from LA, but he's really crazy. No one puts a stimulus check in a CR. I said, I don't care. Put it in there. You're putting everything else in there that doesn't belong in there. Put that thing that doesn't belong in there. And we pushed. And they initially said no. Then they put the wrong stimulus. Then we pushed again, and they put the stimulus check in there. Here, Bernie Sanders says, support me. Well, this is a no-brainer. We can do this, Purple Power, and let's push. Pick up that phone and support Bernie Sanders. Meantime, let's go back and visit our cast of characters, because, boy, they're just hysterical. There was a... I can't say this with a straight face. On Afternoons LA today, the 1 o'clock show, there was a person in the comments named Colleen. And you know what she said? She literally, that was her screen name, Colleen. She's no longer with us. You know, she's banned. But she literally was in the comments and said, it's September. They don't care. I mean, did the person set up the screen name just to be Calendar Colleen? I mean, Calendar Colleen is a fictitious character on this channel, but suddenly she came to life in a real character in the comments. It's September. Do they care? No, but it's funny to see Calendar Colleen come to life. And then there's Calendar Colleen. He just keeps on saying, what happened in July? What happened in August? What happened July 4th? What did they do in July 4th? Well, yeah, thank you. And then you met Frida. She told you that Glenn Beck invented Labor Day. And she told you that Tucker Carlson says that Nancy Pelosi gave herself a raise. She did not. So much hystericalness across the board. Meantime, you know, it's Labor Day. It's a weekend where you're supposed to have a lot of fun and a lot of smiles. And I've been appreciating all the incredible smiles and love from you across the board. And certainly tomorrow is another day. The holiday will be over. And then I fully expect that there will be an avalanche of people that were not tuning in that are coming back. Understand where we are. I mean, we really have to understand where we are. The eviction moratorium is over. The mortgage forbearance is over on a federal level. The job creation number last Friday was horrible. Delta is getting really serious. And federal unemployment benefits, enhanced unemployment benefits are ending. State unenhanced unemployment benefits are ending. So situation is getting very important. That is why the spirit of this channel is all about love. It's all about love. And the core of the channel has a lot of stuff going on in a given video. I got it. We're getting big sums of money available right now, and it's going to be even more important this week because this money is getting bigger and bolder with Johnny's story of getting $150,000 for 3 different people after he got $80,000. This is real money. Get that money right now. Number 2, that you need to push to get that incredible MSC in that forced stimulus recon, because guess what? They're doing the final negotiations verbally about the recon substantive right now. You have learned from this video that it's too late to wait to see for the bill. There's always someone who simply just doesn't watch videos on this channel and then jumps in the comments and says, I can't wait to see the bill. No, you don't. You don't want to wait to see the bill. There'll be nothing in there for you if that's all you're waiting to do is waiting to see the bill. You need to be waiting to see how to get the people on the phone and call them right now, because this is where they want to hear from you. They're doing things and agreeing upon things. Once they agree upon things, it's, you know, that's their opinion of the situation. It's very hard to unravel that opinion at a later date. This is where you want to push. And finally, the guy wants you to have his back. Get behind him. House bill. 12 months, $1,000 a month. After the first month, $1,000, that's $13,000, but it takes 12 months to get $13,000. Bernie Sanders on the high end, $1,400 for 6 months, that's $9,000 approximately. $9,000 in 6 months versus $13,000 over 12 months. 6 extra months to just get an additional $4,000. Yeah, get behind Bernie Sanders. This is incredible, great news. And coming up next is Overnight's crypto. Then we go into Stream Stimulus, Sirloin at 8 o'clock. Then Overnight's crypto, Overnight's LALATE at 9 o'clock, and then Purple at 11:30. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Recognize what your proudest family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful evening, and stay positive, stay informed. Get these big sums of money, because these big sums of money are available for you right now. And stay with LALATE for more.